So friends, welcome to UPSC Civil Services Mains Exam 2020 important topics का video. Now this video is being brought by SNIAS Academy, and in this particular series of videos we will be discussing about the important topics, the important questions which will be asked for your UPSC Mains exam. Okay. So today's topic, important topic is about India-China issue. Everyone knows that there are a lot of issues going on between India and China, especially with the border and especially with trade, and even with over the digital technology we have like certain problems with China. Now one of the important things among them is about an India-China war-like situation. So you can expect a mains question like, at present it is a war-like situation between India and China. So what are the challenges faced by Indian forces to combat and the solutions for it? So basically this question comes under the topic high altitude terrain war. So let us look at the current scenario which is happening at the India-China border. Remember, this is particular borders at the northern part of India, and there you have a lot of mountains. It is very difficult to monitor that particular border because of the mountains and the snow, and because of the reduced temperatures. Now recently it is because of the increased troops movement and new infrastructure coming up, especially in the Chinese side. You can see like they are bringing all their equipments, they are building new buildings, they are building new tents and new areas for storing their weapons, and communication systems is also coming up in the Chinese side. So they are improving their particular defense related projects in the Chinese side. So what are the challenges? So the challenges, I have divided it into some few topics. It is the first topic is based on the terrain. So if you look at the particular border, and if you see the terrain, there will be mountains. You can see a lot of mountains over there, and there won't be no trees or boulders also, and it will be like a very plain landscape. So if you've seen the movies or if you've seen the photos, you could have an idea about the terrain. Okay, there will be plenty of mountains, there will be no trees and no boulders. Okay, the next is about the weather. The weather is, it is a cold weather. Everyone knows that the mountains have a very cold weather, and it is always fog and misty. Very rarely you get sun shining into the mountainous areas in that Indo-China border region. So the challenges in the terrain is, soldiers on high ground or the mountains can target the troops on the lower terrain easily. So this is the mountain, and here you have one soldier. So the Chinese soldier is sitting over here in the mountain, and here are the Indian soldiers. So you can easily target them. Okay, so easy target. So you can watch over the surrounding areas easily if he sits on that particular mountain. So what happens in mountain warfare? Troops on the lower ground use a combat ratio of 1:6. So for one person in the mountain top, we use 6 persons on the ground. But in areas such as Galwan, especially the India-China border, it goes up to 1:10. So for one person in the mountain, you use 10 troops on the ground. So this is one of the challenges. Okay, you need like more number of troops. Now next, because of the terrain, we have food and supplies problem. Okay, transporting them becomes a problem because this is mountainous areas. Building roads, carrying all your equipments to the mountainous areas is always a tough thing. Next, even the soldiers who are fighting in the mountain areas, they have to carry a bag of 30 to 35 kgs. Okay, it contains weapons, ammunition, communication devices and rations, that is food and water for them. Okay, so it is also very difficult because it is not going to be a plain land where they can carry it. They have to carry it up the mountain and down the mountain. okay, especially in the cold weather. Next, the scientific challenges. So there is a mountain, and if you go up the mountain, remember the oxygen supply is reduced. The oxygen concentration at the top of the mountain is less. Okay, so you make a soldier go up the mountain with a load of 30-25 kgs. He cannot do that. Okay, because the load carrying capacity of soldiers is reduced because of the oxygen. There is decreased oxygen. You need oxygen for breathing. So if you climb up the mountain, okay, you take more oxygen inside. Now the next challenge is weapons. You use weapons to combat. So what happens in mountains areas and in cold areas, weapons need to be cleaned regularly or greased, or else they will become jammed. Okay, next, even if you fire, they don't hit the targets accurately, especially in mountains region, because of the harsh weather, because of the atmosphere is not so dense. Okay, so this was learned by the Indian Army during the Kargil war. It was a lesson for the Indian Army during the Kargil war. When they hit a target, it didn't hit the target, it went somewhere else. So they had to realign the plan for hitting the targets. Next is the vehicles. Remember, diesel engines won't start properly in cold areas. So candidates, if you are in Delhi, if you have seen during the winter season, many cars and bikes, they don't start immediately in the cold areas during the winter season. And next, the batteries also drain faster in colder areas. So people living in these cold areas, if you have seen your battery, they will drain faster. Okay, this is because all the cold areas. So it is not easy to fight a war in a mountainous region. Okay, because of all these problems. So now we have seen the challenges. So now we have to see the solutions. So the solutions for terrain is, first is identify the tactical points. Tactical points are not but mountain passes where your arms, your food and your troops can stay there. Okay, in safety. The enemy cannot attack you at these passes, at these tactical points. Okay, next, what they used to do is they used to fight the battles during night to reach the opposite army at high places and fight with them and overpower them before sunrise. So candidates who have seen the movie Lakshya, Hrithik Roshan's movie, in the climax you would have seen these people will be landing in the night. Okay, and Hrithik Roshan and everyone will start climbing in the night the high mountainous regions to reach the Pakistanis on the top, and they will fight the Pakistanis on the top, and before sunrise Hrithik Roshan will hoist the national flag on the top. Okay, so the same strategy. Next, for example, our Indian Army is using something called the mountain chopper. It is a combat technique, so you'll have to remember this combat technique also. And the next solution is about the terrain. Remember, India is considered a center of mountain warfare skills. Okay, because many borders with Pakistan and China are full of mountains. So we are considered as a center of mountain warfare skills. Okay, many troops are staying on the mountains. So that is one of the reasons why we are considered a center of mountain warfare skills. And one of the troops who are specialized in mountaineering is the Ladakh Scouts. Okay, and we also give advanced training in mountaineering to our troops. Now, as far as for the engines, which I told you, the diesel engines won't start such easily in the cold weather. So engine fuel is, if it is diesel, it won't start. So what they will do, they mix it with thinners or chemicals. So that will make them thin enough to start the engine, okay, light the engine and make the vehicle go. So friends, thank you for watching the video. So please do click subscribe and do click like and do share this video over Facebook and WhatsApp and Telegram. Okay, now this motivates us to do more and more videos. Thank you and all the best for your exams.